Tonight, you will lie down, close your eyes, and try to do something almost no human did for most of history. Sleep straight through until morning. For 99% of the time humans have existed on this planet, that is not how the night worked. And the version you're struggling to do right now might be the reason you're so tired all the time. So what did the night actually look like? Before candles were common, before gas lamps, before anyone had ever seen a light bulb, darkness fell and it fell completely. There was nothing to do. Nowhere to go. So people went to bed not long after sunset, and a few hours in, they woke up. Not from a nightmare, not from noise. Their bodies simply finished the first half of the night's sleep and stopped. Historians studying court records, diaries, and medical texts from medieval and early modern Europe found the same two words again and again. First sleep, second sleep. In between, people did not toss and turn in the dark, anxious. They got up. They stoked the fire. They talked with whoever else was awake. Some prayed. Some had sex. Some visited neighbors who were also in their own waking hour. Physicians of the time wrote about this hour as a normal part of the night. A quiet stretch sandwiched between two blocks of sleep. Then after an hour, maybe two, people lay back down for their second sleep and woke again at dawn. This was not a strange local custom. Evidence for it turns up across Europe, and outside it too, in scattered records from Africa to the Pacific. Different climates, different centuries, different languages. The same two-part night. Scientists have even recreated it. In a 1990 sleep study, researchers kept a group of people in darkness for 14 hours a day. No clocks, no lights, nothing to do but exist. Within weeks, their sleep split in two, on its own. A first sleep, a waking hour. A second sleep. The pattern was not learned from a book. It was already inside them, waiting for the dark to be dark enough to let it out. So if this was normal for most of human history, what happened to it? One invention. Light you could carry into the night and keep burning as long as you wanted. Oil lamps pushed bedtime later. Gas lighting spreading through cities. In the 1800s, pushed it later still. Streets that used to go pitch black at dusk now stayed lit long after sunset. And once the street was lit, staying up stopped feeling like fighting the night. It felt normal. Then came the light that changed everything. In 1879, Thomas Edison's lab produced a working incandescent bulb. Within decades, electric light was in factories, train stations, and homes across the industrial world. For the first time in human history, a person could make their bedroom as bright as noon at midnight. And factories did not waste that opportunity. Round-the-clock shifts became possible. Workers who once slept when the sun went down now slept when the schedule told them to. The two-part night had no place in a factory schedule. You did not get a first sleep and a waking hour. You got 8 hours, or 6, or 4, squeezed in before the next shift. Segmented sleep did not disappear because it was worse. It disappeared because it was inconvenient for the new economy. By the early 1900s, references to first sleep had nearly vanished from Western writing, not because people stopped doing it, because the culture around it was gone, and a habit with no name and no ritual around it quietly dies out in a generation or two. What replaced it was one long, unbroken block, crammed into whatever hours were left over after work, after light, after everything else that now filled the dark. And your body never got the memo. That waking hour, some researchers still call it the watch, did not go away because your biology changed. It went away because the world around your biology changed, which is why, right now, millions of people wake up in the middle of the night in panic. They check the time. They assume something is wrong. They call it insomnia. But some sleep researchers think part of what we're calling insomnia is not a disorder. It's a ghost, your body, trying to run a program that the modern night has no room for. And artificial light did not stop at gas lamps and bulbs. It kept getting closer. Streetlights outside your window, televisions in the bedroom, and now a screen you hold inches from your face in the dark, built specifically to keep your eyes locked on it. That screen emits the same wavelength of blue light your brain has used for millions of years as a single signal. Daytime. Stay alert. Your body cannot tell the difference between sunlight and your phone at 1 a.m., so it holds back the hormone that's supposed to put you under, melatonin, for another hour, sometimes 2. The two-part night took an hour out of your sleep on purpose and gave it back to you awake, but at rest. The modern night takes hours out of your sleep by accident and gives you nothing back at all. Sleep scientists estimate that a huge share of adults in industrialized countries are chronically sleep deprived, not because their bodies need less sleep than their ancestors did, but because almost everything built in the last century, electric light, shift work, screens, was built without sleep in mind at all. We didn't evolve past the two-part night. We just built a world too bright, too busy, and too lit up for it to survive. So tonight, when you lie down in a room that never truly goes dark, and you fall into one long, unbroken block of sleep, or fail to, remember that for most of the people who ever lived, that block was never the plan. The dark used to come with an hour built in, just for you to be quietly, peacefully awake. We traded it away for light. The question is whether we ever needed to.